Crime knows no frontiers. To combat the growing menace of the international criminal, the police forces of the world have opened up their own national boundaries. At their headquarters in Paris, scientifically equipped to match the speed of the jet age, 63 nations have linked together to form the International Criminal Police Organization, Interpol.
Hi, Doc. Luigi, a NATO courier. When did you last see him alive?
At 7 this morning. I brought him coffee.
What time did you say?
At 7 o'clock this morning.
Then you brought coffee to a corpse. This man's been dead over 24 hours.
20?
A vacation route, Paul? Not for a NATO courier. He arrived dead. Jean, remember Inspector Grimaud?
Yes.
He's working on the case.
Murder on the Transcontinental Express, eh? Quite a problem. And a diplomatic courier. How was he killed?
Chloroformed.
A courier? On a special mission? No. Routine trip. But his things weren't touched.
I'd like to know why his body was kept on the train. Why not dump it off as soon as he got killed?
Maybe they didn't want it found too soon.
That makes sense.
Your Interpol problem is, in which country did he die?
Time of death narrows it to this area.
Turkey, Greece, it could be any one of 4 countries. Yes, but which?
We can find out. I'm going to join the Black Sea Express at Istanbul. The courier's last sight of Istanbul.
Your schedule corresponds exactly. Same train, same crew, same compartment.
From now on, anything can happen.
There is an old proverb. To travel hopefully is better than to arrive.
If you don't mind, I hope to arrive. Thank you.
The VIP compartment, huh? This is the way to travel.
In a dead man's bed?
What's the matter? Feeling nervous?
A good courier always locks his door. He was a good courier.
It didn't stop him from getting killed. Have you discovered a motive yet?
There was just one angle. His profession.
But he was a courier.
Exactly. He was a courier. He was murdered for one thing, his identity.
But who would kill just for that?
Someone in a hurry to get to Paris, undercover. That's why the body was kept hidden.
This train crosses 6 countries. He'd be checked by the frontier police.
No, he wouldn't. Diplomatic couriers are not checked by frontier police.
That's right. If he kept his door bolted, how would the murderer get in?
And even couriers have to eat. He'd unlock the door to get to the dining car.
And lock the door after him.
From the outside. That's a simple lock to beat.
You rang, sir?
Yes, come in. We need your help.
Yes, sir.
Do you recognize this man?
Why, yes, sir. That is Mr. Collard, the native courier.
He was with you last Friday.
Yes, sir.
Now, did he ever leave this compartment?
Why, yes, sir, to have his meals. Mr. Collard was a regular. He always had his lunch at 1:30, dinner at 8.
Good. Please reserve me the same table at exactly the same time.
Very good, sir.
1:30, the courier's lunchtime.
Ah, good.
If you don't mind, you'd better have lunch later. Collard was on his own. I'll play it the same way.
Okay.
Well, we're making progress.
Oh, sure. We know there's someone on this train who wants you off it.
That's right. And why? Because they are scared I'll find out something about Collard's murder. Which means there is something on this train I can find out.
Why not go after the man who jumped you?
It could be anyone.
I could hold the train here and screen everyone on board.
No, for two reasons. One, I want to stick to the courier's schedule. And two, this is where you get off.
Are you sure you want it this way?
The courier didn't have a police escort.
And he's dead. Whoever tried to get you is going to try again.
That's what I'm hoping. Thanks.
Good luck.
Who is it?
The attendant, sir.
Yes?
It's 8 o'clock, sir. I have booked Mr. Collard's usual table for you.
I'll be right along, thanks.
What do you like to have, sir?
What did Mr. Collard have?
Steak tartare. Always the same, sir.
And I'll have it too.
Right, sir.
Tell me, did he say or do anything out of the ordinary last Friday night?
No, I can't remember anything, sir.
Did he look ill or worried?
No, sir, I don't think so. I can't remember.
Do you remember anything at all?
Yes, sir, he ordered steak tartare and fried chicken.
Steak and chicken?
No, sir, the chicken was for the lady.
What lady?
A blonde, sir. She was very attractive. She came up to his table.
Did she seem to know him well?
She sat down and she had dinner with him.
Yes, of course. And after dinner?
They went off together, sir.
Would you recognize her if you saw her again?
Would I? Yes, sir.
We'll talk later.
Right, sir. Give me 5 minutes, sir. I'll be in the service.
Gales, Greek police. Hello. Why did you kill the waiter?
What waiter?
You killed him and threw him off the train. Why?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The body will be found.
You killed him for the same reason you tried to kill me. Because of the woman. The woman who met Collard on the train. Who was she?
Don't know.
You killed the waiter because he could identify her.
No!
You'll be charged with murder. You might as well talk.
You can't prove anything.
You tried to kill me.
Attempted murder. You'll get 10 years.
Who was the other man?
What other man?
The man who killed Collard. Who had to pose as a courier to get to Paris.
All right, book me. Book me for attempted murder, but leave me alone, that's all. Leave me alone.
All right, take him. Huh? No?
So, you know one thing. He's more afraid of the man he's working for than of the police.
You must be onto something big.
There's only one lead, the woman. They've got to identify her. Get me Interpol headquarters, Paris. Top priority.
Check all women connected with Collard. All women?
Yes, with photographs. The photographs are vital. I must have them by the time I get to Trieste.
I'll bring them myself. By Trieste?
Ah, Jean, come in. I'm glad to see you.
Have a quiet trip?
Quiet as the grave. Well, almost.
Huh?
Ah, let's see those photographs.
There's only one of these that really counts. Take a look.
Susie Cartier. Paris Vice records. Interesting.
Not so interesting as her current boyfriend. Jules LaRoche.
LaRoche? That killer.
3 known murders to his credit, and maybe a dozen more we don't know.
Where is LaRoche now?
Last heard of in Istanbul,
Oh.
working the other end of Susie's vice ring.
Murder is still his main racket.
If he crossed any frontier, it would be on the wire to Interpol inside 5 minutes.
Unless he crossed undercover in a courier's compartment.
Exactly.
So, LaRoche. He was so desperate to get to Paris, he killed to get there.
He'd need help.
He had help. Where is Susie Cartier now?
Inspector Grimaud's working on that. We'll know when we get to Paris.
She must have been on the train.
Nobody recognized her so far.
Should have kept out of sight, but sooner or later she would have to show herself.
Well, the last crew took over an hour ago. Let's keep hoping. Even if she is identified, we've still one problem to solve.
Yes?
The French attendant actually spoke to Collard, recognized him, served him with coffee only 2 hours before they got to Paris.
When he'd already been dead over 24 hours. That's no problem, Jean.
No?
No.
You ran for coffee, sir?
Oh, yes.
Paris in 2 hours, gentlemen.
Thank you. Was this the exact time you brought Mr. Collard his coffee?
Within a minute or so, yes.
You told the Paris police you were sure it was him. Are you still sure?
Quite certain. They have asked me the same question a dozen times already.
What was he doing when you brought in the coffee?
Nothing special. I don't remember exactly.
Shaving, perhaps? His face covered with a nice thick lather like mine? One more question. Look at this photograph. Recognize her?
Why, yes. She was in the next compartment.
You are sure, absolutely sure.
Oh, yes, I'm quite sure.
Thank you.
Well, I don't suppose she was shaving when you saw her.
You didn't waste time locating her.
It was no problem. She is at her own nightclub, La Blonde, acting as if nothing had happened.
It hasn't, but it will. LaRoche is a killer. He wouldn't risk coming to Paris except to kill again.
But who?
Susie Cartier will tell us that.
You hope.
The club is closed.
You're right, it is, for good.
You can't go in there.
I didn't hear you knock.
Susie Cartier, you are under arrest.
Interesting. Do I get to be told why?
Accessory to the murder of Georges Collard on the Istanbul-Paris Express.
Just what is this? I don't know any Georges Collard. I hate trains.
You've been identified.
Identified? Who are you trying to kid? Haven't been in any lineup?
Your photograph?
So?
The railway porter recognized it.
He could be wrong.
Well?
Yes, sir, that's her. She was on the train.
So I was on a train.
With Collard.
Who's he?
This was found in George Collard's wallet.
I tell you, I don't know Collard.
That you had your photograph taken with him.
It's a lie. I never even heard of him.
You're not strangers there. Where is Laroche?
I'm not talking. I want a lawyer.
Laroche killed Collard, didn't he?
I don't know.
You do know. You set Collard up for him.
You can't prove anything.
This photograph was taken in your nightclub. You worked on Collard because he had something you and Laroche wanted. His identity.
He was just a customer.
He was a courier. He could travel between Istanbul and Paris without being checked at the frontier.
You met him on the train. Sweet-talked your way into his compartment and let Laroche in to commit murder.
It's not true.
Why is Laroche in Paris?
I don't know.
He killed Collard just to get here. Why?
I don't know, I tell you. I don't know.
Where is Laroche now?
Why can't you leave me alone?
If we don't get Laroche, it means you will take full responsibility for Collard's murder.
No.
You could be executed. Laroche came here to kill again, didn't he? Who?
Dora Boucheron. We are keeping her hidden at the Chateau Blanc near Versailles.
Look after her. Try that way.
Laroche!
All right?
Is it bad?
Just a graze.
You are lucky, mademoiselle. He came a long way to kill you.
As the Turkish policeman said, it's better to travel hopefully than to arrive.
Huh?
Laroche has arrived. Try to get up.